So let's add a vintage label to this project. Currently, it is just a train. Just for time, I added on a second clip here that just transitions from one to the other, makes it slightly darker and blurs it so that when we put our title in there, it's a little easier to see. So we'll come up here to the effects library, open up our toolbox, titles, JayAreTV, vintage labels, and I'll close this for now. We can hover to get an idea of what each title looks like. Simple as that. Let's go with this first one here. Just drag that right on top. Clicking on the title itself and going over into the inspector. We have a button here to go over to the documentation. If you're ever curious on what the different controls do, you have a go to there. Our animation drop down here. This is for changing the animation. So currently we have animate in and out. So it will animate in, and then at the end here, it will animate out. If we didn't want to have any animation, we could turn on no in or out. So it'll always just be on, or you can do one of the other options, just in or just out. So I'll go back to both of them. All right. And then we have our title here. Obviously, normal controls that you're used to seeing for text. Coming down to elements. Here we have all of the different colors for the different elements that create this vintage label. If for some reason you didn't want something, like let's say I didn't want this crown, you could go into where that particular color is and turn all of the values to 0. I'm just shift tabbing through there and changing. Whoops, I tabbed all the way back to the top. All of them to 0. Now we don't have that there. It's up to you on how you want that to look. But it's as easy as that. You can also click and drag to make your title longer, and you'll still have all of your animations to animate out. And then because I added this other little element here for our background blur and making it slightly darker, I will then transition back to the other clip. And it's just that simple to add in one of these animated vintage labels.